In today's reading comprehension practice test, we'll be doing two reading comprehension passages with multiple questions. So each one of them might consist of 4 to 5 questions, and you will have to see. So far, under the literature part of this reading process and reading comprehension strategies, we have seen the concept called reading process. Reading process. What is the process of reading? From this particular area today, I'd like to give you one practice test. If you can do that, you can attempt the second one also. Now you can access this content on your WhatsApp. Just know it has been delivered and dispatched. You can just take a look at that. You can probably start by 7:15. It's 7:14. You can start at 7:15. So that's going to be useful, and we'll see. So each one of them you have to do in just 5 minutes. So there will be two practice tests. Preferably, you can consume 10 minutes grossly. So your time starts maybe in just 30 seconds. How about your updates? We shall discuss later. Shall we?
Okay, sir.
Have you received the content?
Received.
Yeah, you have. So you can start now. It's 7:15 and 7:20. By 7:20, you should finish one passage, and 7:25 another passage. We shall discuss other aspects of reading comprehension. Time starts now. Go ahead. Let's not waste time anymore. Competitive examinations can be dealt with accuracy of time and time management properly. You have been assigned with two tasks. Of course, they might be our personal orientations, and we have considered them to be our personal practice exercises. But in today's two comprehension passages, you have been given the components from technical communication. By this time, you might have understood, but it won't be much difficult for you to comprehend. It's going to be very easy for you. Now, I just would like to ask one of you. Firstly, let me know how many questions have you been able to answer for the first passage and for the second passage. Later, I'll discuss the key. Then we can just wind up the session as early as possible. Deepika, over to you.
Sir, am I audible? I just regarding first comprehension, I just completed my reading, answered only 6 questions itself. That's it, sir.
Six
Reading
questions
speed
from
was,
question 1.
yes, sir.
A, B, C, D, E. Only up to E you were able to answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And coming to second paragraph,
Second
I able to understand the whole passage. Okay, what is what, but I just read the questions, but I didn't found the answers quickly.
Okay.
What I feel that when I am reading, I think I know the subject. I can answer the questions. That's why I really moved. But coming to questions, I didn't get answers so that quickly.
So how
That
much
was the
time do you think
difference.
you would require to handle each comprehension passage, given the context of seriousness and the intensity of, or else the nature of the reading comprehension passage you have seen just now? How much time might you require to deal with each one of them?
20 to 25 minutes.
Well, is it possible in the examination hall to have
No,
that
sir.
much of time on only one of the areas in English language syllabus? And as we
No.
have got 6 areas, and this is one of them, if you can take 20-25 minutes, would it be possible for you that you can do well in this exam? Well, the ball is in your court and you can understand. So this is the best takeaway. The experience which has made us understand that we need to be quick enough and we must have to grasp. So we need to still explore what are the ways to deal with this kind of reading comprehension passage. Thanks. And let me ask Purnachandra. He seems to have gone. Next, Susmita. Over to you. Is she there? Passages, shall we? The first one is reading practice 1. It has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 questions altogether. Under each one of them, analytical questions have been asked. Primarily, the first one, you may not get the kind of high level or highly intensified questions like this, and you may not be expected to answer in the exam. All you will do is you will be using OMR sheets so that it is going to be very easy and you can probably save time. But this kind of exercises will make us so strong, and we can be much stronger, and we can deal with any kind of exercises if we are certain about dealing with the topics. Answer the following questions. This is on electron microscope is the concept. So do transmission electron microscopes, TEM, and scanning electron microscopes, SEM, serve different functions? What's your answer? What's your answer?
Yes, sir.
The answer
Both
is yes.
are
The answer
performing
is yes.
different-
That's all. Thank you very much. Next one. What is the most remarkable feature of transmission electron microscopes? What is the remarkable feature of transmission electron microscope? The answer is B.
I-
The answer is extremely high resolving power. Extremely high resolving power. You can write it down. Third one, can TEM help in achieving improved diagnosis of ailments? How? This is yes. Can this be achieved? Can it be possible? The answer is yes. And by more effective pathological examinations, you can do this. D. What are the 2 important uses of electron microscopes in materials science? The answer is the 2 important uses are, first one, giving information about the microstructure of materials as they are being designed, and second one, helping in the analysis of failure of materials. Failure of materials. Next, number 5, I think, isn't it? Fifth one, E. Can SEM aid cancer research? How? The answer is, can you tell me what is the answer? Yes. The first thing is yes. And yes. How? By allowing detailed pictures of the surfaces of cancer cells and its neighbors. By allowing detailed pictures of the surfaces of cancer cells and its neighbors. This is the answer for that. Next, can electron microscopes accurately describe the nature of the material under examination? Of course, the answer is yes. By analyzing the products of electron interaction with matter. These are the points, and please try to understand how you could not be able to get the answers like this in the given time. What might be the reason, and do you still need language skills? Do you still need comprehension skills? Maybe it's a foreign subject for the chemical engineering student, materials and metallurgy. So in such contexts, how to handle? We shall discuss in the next session about the strategies of reading. Let's take a look at the second question. Read the following statements and mark true or false based on the text. Make appropriate inferences. A. TEM has high resolving power. What is the answer for this? True. And SEM cannot be used in the microelectronics industry. The answer is false. Next, SEM can provide striking views of animal cells. Answer is true. D, in TEM, the electron beam is scanned to and fro across a specimen. The answer is false. And E, electron microscopes are more useful than optical microscopes. Answer is true. And F, TEM can provide detailed information about viruses. Answer is true. G, electron microscopes help in the analysis of failure of materials. The answer is true. Next, H, electron microscopes cannot give information about the microstructure of new materials as they are being designed. The answer is false. I, optical microscopes can study different forms of DNA. The answer is false. J, SEM cannot be used in biological sciences. The answer is false. We are done with the second question too. So these are all conceptual questions and the domain area testing questions broadly, and may not be difficult if you just take a look at the definitions and certain facts and opinions of the text. It's all scientific proposition and theory based on practical experiments and clear thoughts. And let's take a look at the third question. Answer the following questions by choosing the best alternative under each. See the variation in asking questions. In the first one, the answers were expected to be written in just very short, maybe in one word or two, in the form of phrases, or maybe not more than a sentence. In the second question, the students were asked to spot out whether they are true or false, and that was expected. And the third question model is purely alternatives and each tick the correct answer. So you need to tick. A, some of the finest details of molecular structure can be revealed by option 1, traditional microscopes, option 2, optical microscopes, option 3, electron microscopes. What's your answer? Did you understand this? Did you do? Write the answer. A, that is answer number 3, electron microscopes. That is 3. Next, B, in fact, they are effectively used both to give information about the microstructure of new materials as they are being designed. What is being designed? So the answer for this is again number 3. The third one is new materials. Next, number C, TEMs allow us to see very fine details of specimens because 1, electrons pass right through the specimens. 2, they have extremely high resolving power. 3, the electron beam is scanned to and fro across the specimen. The answer for this is number 2. That is, they have extremely high resolving power. And next, D, TEMS can be used to 1, study details and contours of different surfaces. Contours means what? Usually, it is discussed in when you take a look at the map, the contours between Pakistan and Bangladesh, the contours between India and Pakistan. What is meant by contours? Borders. Borders. The lines that we draw to separate two different domains. They are called contours. So 10, we are discussing number, that is D, right? Yeah. The first option is study details and contours of different surfaces. 2, study the arrangement of atoms and molecules in metal. 3, look in detail at the microcircuits that are now constructed. And the answer for this is number 2. That is, study the arrangement of atoms and molecules in metal. Next, question E, SEMs are very good for option 1, looking at the surfaces of objects. 2, helping in the analysis of failure of materials. Answer 3, providing detailed information about viruses. What would be the answer based on your comprehension, Susmita? Deepika?
Option 2, sir.
Option 4. Let me just check. Do we have 4 options? No, only 3 options are there.
Two, sir. Yes,
Two.
2, sir.
Okay, let me check once. No, it's not option 2, it's option 1, E. For E, it is 1. Looking at the surfaces of objects. And SEMS, last one, F, SEM, SEMS can be used to look in detail at option 1. Please try yourselves. Microcircuits that are now constructed on a tiny silicon chip. 2. The normal outer surfaces of cells. 3. Both of these. Can you guess the answer for this? Can you guess the answer for this? For F? Yeah, the answer is number 3. 3 is both of these. What are the two indications here? 1, microcircuits that are now constructed on a tiny silicon chip, and the normal outer surfaces of cells. Now we are done with the first reading comprehension passage, friends. And you please measure your development and progress in this, and check your strategy and its impact and your accuracy levels and comprehension levels. Let me just discuss reading comprehension passage 2. What's the topic in this area? So there is a pre-reading exercise: magnetism, magnetic properties, inducted magnetism, artificial magnets, magnetic compass, magnetic fields, and questions have been given. So how many readings have you given, Deepika, for the reading comprehension passage 2? How many readings have you given?
Only one, sir.
Only one.
For these.
How long did it take to complete one reading?
Actually, I taken a lot of time to read in second comprehension, sir. There is no time to even solve those questions. So I
Have you
think 10 to
implemented
15
any one
minutes.
of the strategies we have discussed since the
Yes,
beginning
sir.
of this program?
Yes, sir.
What
Actually,
kind of
what
strategies have you implemented?
what I noticed is that what is given, the introduction part I observed, and what are the paragraphs they given, the properties and artificial. I just noted those things, and I compared the natural and inductor and artificial magnetics differences. What he wants to say, I observed. These are the main I focused, sir.
Okay, let's take a look at the first one, that is pre-reading exercise. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
Can you read the questions? I think what are the points discussed in the following passage? Can you read A to J? Which of the following topics is not discussed in the following passage? Following topics means the answers could be more than 2, more than 1 at least. Such the topics have not been part of the entire passage. A,
Shall
B,
I
C,
read,
D, F, G, H, I, J. Please read.
Artificial magnets possess magnetic properties similar to those of natural magnets.
How many are there totally, which have not been covered in the passage, as far as your knowledge is concerned, observation is concerned?
Couldn't understand, sir.
Pardon?
Couldn't understand, sir.
No, how many can be kept away from the list A to Z? Some points, topics otherwise not discussed in the following passage. That's what we need to do here. They have been extra added in the list A to Z. The number of them, is it 1 or 2 or 3 or 4? Well, there are 4. 4 topics have not been discussed in the following passage. What are they? Let's take a look at this one. So we have operation of electrical devices. B, relation between electricity and magnetism. C, operation of electric cars. D, artificial magnets. E, electromagnetic induction. F, measurement of magnetic fields. G, magnetic poles. H, motion of a magnetic pole near a conductor. I, magnetic properties. And J, inducted magnetism. Among all these things, there are 4 topics which have not been covered. They are A, C, E, and H. I repeat, A, C, E, H. A, operation of electrical devices has not been covered. And C, operation of electric cars. And E, electromagnetic induction, as well as H, motion of a magnetic pole near a conductor. These four topics have not been covered in the reading comprehension passage. We are done with pre-reading exercise, students. Now let's take a look at the main passage. Questions are of three types, three different questions. We have come across so far based on the experiences we have gained in practice test 1, that three different questions have been three different models. So first model was identifying an appropriate sequence of answers, maybe to provide in the literature part like a word or a sentence format. And the second one was on identifying answers with the true or false. That too, we need to have a sound knowledge on the entire comprehension passage, otherwise we might make mistakes. Here, subject or else domain knowledge is not important, but overall comprehensibility is very, very important. Third model is multiple choice questions, I believe, and we may have to choose one among them. And each one of them seems to be very close to in supporting the question being asked in the task here. Now let's take a look at the second passage. What is there in the store for us to understand from this? Here, the first thing is question. Study the following statements and mark true or false based on the text. Well, again, second strategy in the first comprehension passage has been given here in the first component to be the first important question. And we have been asked A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, as well as J, K, L, right? 3 plus 5, 8 plus 4, totally 12 points have been given here. A, artificial magnets possess magnetic properties similar to those of natural magnets. Our task is to identify whether the concerned statement is true or false. Your answer should be 1. What's the answer? Can you guess? No, you can do a quick reading and comprehend something else. What's the answer? The answer is true. And B, the shapes of magnets may be similar, but their properties are different. What is the answer for this? The answer is false. And C, magnetite is a compound of iron and oxygen. For the answer for this is true. D, electricity and magnetism are the result of interactions between electric charges. Answer is false or true? True.
Yes.
E, electric forces are rarely exerted between charges. The answer is false. And F, magnetic fields originate from moving charges. The answer is true. G, electric currents are surrounded by magnetic fields. The answer is true. And H, a magnetic compass can be made by freely suspending a bar magnet on a pivot. So the answer is true. I, a magnetic pole attracts other similar magnetic poles. The answer is false.
False.
And J, is it clear? And J, magnetic attraction can only occur between like magnetic poles. The answer is false. And magnetic forces only occur between moving charges. The answer is K. And that's true. K is true. And last one, magnetic fields may not be mapped with the aid of a magnetic compass. The answer is false. Friends, we are done with the first question. And let's take a look at the second question. Shall we? Yes. Second question is answer the following. Again, he has changed the pattern. One first model has been placed in the second model position, and second one has been placed in the first model position. He has changed this. We need to answer the questions. But can we expect these kind of questions? We may not. But our main concern and the approach is to overall grasp the overall content, substantial details, comprehensibility, and mapping the ideas and the speed, accuracy. These are the views we need to think about. Answer the following questions. A, where does a magnetic field exist? Can you answer this? Where does a magnet? Please, the answer is a magnetic field exists in any region where a magnetic pole experiences a magnetic force. That's the answer. You can just indicate the answers with your, art. I think the copy which I have shared, you can just indicate with some kind of, digital pen, you can just indicate, underline that. Second one, B, where are the magnetic fields of electric currents used? The answer is the operation of many devices such as ammeters, voltmeters, electric motors, parcel accelerators, and television sets depends on magnetic forces that are exerted on changes that move through a magnetic field. Moreover, the operation of electromagnets, magnetic relays and switches, and many other devices depends on the magnetic fields of electric currents. This is the answer for the second, B, that's the second one. And C, mention three materials that are attracted by magnets even when they are not magnets. The answer is iron, cobalt, and nickel are some of the materials that are attracted by magnets even when they are not magnets themselves. And D, does the earth behave like a big magnet? Yes, the earth behaves like a very large magnet with magnetic poles close to the geographical north and south poles. E, how are magnetic fields produced by magnetic poles? This is the last question. Magnetic fields are produced by magnetic poles because magnetic forces occur between magnetic poles. That's it. And the third one is, which of the following cannot be inferred from the passage, cannot be guessed from the passage? So friends, from these two passages, we can extrapolate two important concepts, that's true or false, and I'm answering in one word or phrase or one sentence. Second model, and the third one is guessing answers to just identify the options based on multiple choice questions. But here it is, the motions of the orbital electrons in atoms play an important role in the magnetic properties of materials. So we need to be, which cannot be inferred from the passage, means they are not present. They are not present in the passage. This is true. 3A, true. And B, natural magnets are different from artificial magnets. The answer is true. C, this is known as induced magnetism. Answer is true. And current carrying conductors experience magnetic forces in magnetic fields. Answer is false. And moving charges experience magnetic forces, and electric currents are moving charges. The answer is false. Sorry, yes, false. And F, induced magnetism has industrial relevance. That's it, it's true. And G, magnetism can be temporary. It's true. And H, magnetic poles do not occur in like pairs. Answer is true. And I, nickel can become magnetized when it is placed in the magnetic field of a current. It's true. And J, a suspended magnet always aligns with the magnetic field of the earth. The answer is false. This is something that we can possibly keep a full stop at. And this is it for today. Please analyze your weaknesses and your strengths. Mostly, we need to be humble, we need to be proactive, and we have to respect education. We should live for it. We need to have a boundary. So how long should I have to do this exercise? How long should I have to practice? So once we are serious, our deadlines can be met with amazing results. Once the results are amazing, life's greatest dreams start finding their positions fulfilled. That's it. That's called your success. So do not get worried much in your maiden effort. This is your maiden effort. You might have seen some reading comprehension passages, but this is something different. We shall discuss in the next session very integral aspect, which is called reading strategies. So where we will talk about skimming, scanning, and identification of words with reference to context, understanding vocabulary, particularly inferencing models and how we can possibly identify the word formations, such things, and many more other topics can be part of that. With this being said, let me take leave of you. Take care. Stay healthy. Good night.